The government is potentially attempting to like basically take your ability to speak freely on the internet away in multiple ways and manipulate. Hey, Bogdan, I appreciate the like, and Abigail, I appreciate the like. Like, so basically, here, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. All right, bang. So look, so as you can see, the secret government plot to kill the internet. This is by Moon. He's a really good content creator. 1.53 million subscribers. I suggest you go subscribe to him. Like, I'm gonna already like the video. I haven't even seen it yet. I already know the video is gonna be good. That's how I know he presents excellent information. Like, I'm a ranter, bro. Like, I'm a yapper. I present information through sporadic means. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to do this like what how they like, let's just say certain ways of doing content on YouTube. I don't want to do that certain way. I want to do the way I'm doing, just how I'm doing it. Right? So I have to get certain information like everyone else from other people that are willing to do that type of content that I'm not willing to do. Do you see how even people that make content need content from other people? Anyways, let's go ahead and get in it. I'll start off the video and then get into my first dab. I need to always start off the stream with a dab. You know, let's go.
Right now, we are witnessing the beginning of the end of the internet. The UK, Australia, the European Union.
Yeah, it's supposedly really bad in the UK. Not in the United States so much, but apparently it's spreading. And it's not in a good way.
And the US.
Everyone needs to pay. Oh, I guess in the United States too, apparently. Everyone needs to pay attention to this video.
They have all coordinated a global effort to control the internet. With Spotify ID verifications, YouTube verifications, adult site verifications, Reddit verifications, and even VPNs potentially being illegal now. It seems like anything deemed unsafe by the government is now locked behind an age check. In the UK, websites like Reddit and X now legally have to ask for a picture of your face or a copy of your ID.
Holy
and
shit.
The US and the European Union are now set to pass similar laws.
Yeah,
as we
digital
witness
ID.
in front of our eyes a very quick, coordinated attack on the internet. But to understand why this is really happening now, who is coordinating this, and why they're really doing this in the first place, we need to look at what's been secretly happening in the UK, as this is where it all started.
Yep.
Now, while ostensibly in place to protect the kids, the UK has introduced the Online Safety Bill, going into action at the end of July 2020.
It is not a good bill. I can't do nothing. I'm in the United States. I can't do nothing about it. Like, comprehend, there's certain things that we all contracted to that everyone's going to have to live through before the full downfall of the system, right? This is kind of like one of them. Like one of these things we all contracted to, we didn't know we contracted to, but we already contracted to. So it's like already manifested into the script of what we're going to experience. You see what I'm saying?
5. The government claims that this is just for kids to not watch adult content. But this act has been making headlines for other reasons instead.
Right.
No, you see, you gotta upload your driver's license to Spotify or else we won't be able to protect the kids.
First, there's the insanely wide net the UK government has thrown over the entire internet. You've got the obvious stuff blocked now, like adult content sites, but it's extended way.
Right. It makes sense for like children to not be able to see like adult content, right? Like that's obviously a given, but what they're attempting to do is transmorgify that into also taking away your free will to say what you want to say wherever you are, no matter where you are. And that's not a good idea. See, currently we're not even free. And one of the ways we're only going to be able to get to free is being able to speak freely. And without that, we're losing a step on becoming able to actually truly become free. Because right now I have the free will to speak, but I'm still a slave to debt. You see what I'm saying? Because dollars is debt that's printed out of thin air, right? So like even though I'm free to say what I want, I'm not totally free in the sense of the word free. Do you see what I mean?
Way past that. Spotify users have been enraged after Spotify has confirmed the checks would extend to explicit music on the platform. And what's more is that the platform will also ban users that fail the checks, or when Spotify thinks its users are underage. Discord is already asking for ID now to see channels that the server owner deemed as 18+, regardless of the content. YouTube is planning on asking for ID beginning in August. First, an AI will look at the content that you watch and then try to decide whether you're a kid or not. Watch too many Minecraft?
I'm pretty sure it's not going to designate me as a child. Like the only thing I watch that can even be deemed like a childlike thing is I watch basketball information. And even then it's like half of that basketball information is real life basketball. So that's more adult thing too now anyways. So Yeah, it better not deem me as no motherfucker. And I curse a lot.
videos, you better watch out.
I don't curse anyone. I just say curse words.
At this point though, it should be pretty obvious that the measures are full of problems, the least being how useless it is for actually protecting children in the first place. Everyone under the age of 40 already knows how to get past any of this stuff. As long as at least one country somewhere in the world doesn't have these measures, using a VPN will get you past the age check. In fact, we've already seen this in action. The download numbers on various app stores have been going crazy. Proton VPN, just one of the many available options, saw a 1,800% increase in downloads when the act came into effect. And it isn't the only option either. Lots of people have found success circumventing the checks with random pictures or even screenshots from video games. So it's hard to see how the checks will ever be able to deal with AI generated faces or really any picture or 3D model of a face. It means that anyone who actually wants to get past the blocks, including children, easily can. The UK government knows this and already knew this before they passed the act. In fact, part of the act bars websites from suggesting a VPN as a way around it. So who are the only people that don't know about VPNs? That won't know how to install and use them? Well, older people, people who have been left behind by technology already. They're
I
the
know
ones
what
who will
VPNs
blindly
are.
give
I
away
do not
their
have one
ID,
currently.
pictures of their face. Most will assume it's government guaranteed
Because I'm
and
being-
safe, but of course,
I'm being tracked by the system in a much deeper way than any of the, like, this is like 3-dimensional shit. I don't care, bro. I don't care about that track. Like, they can track me. It's not gonna stop what I'm personally doing, regardless of how much they track me. I am like probably going to by the middle of next year will be investing in a VPN though. Like, it's not hard. Like, it's easy. Like, it's easy to get a VPN. I'm just not. I don't want to pay for one yet. Let's just say that.
it really isn't. Instead, the law changes open the door to a set of corporate contractors. Unknown until now, internet users are expected to share their most confidential information with these companies just to use the internet. So who are these companies? Well, let's take a look at Persona, the company that Reddit and OpenAI have chosen to conduct their checks.
Okay.
Taken directly from their privacy policy, Persona securely stores all photos of identity documents that you upload, photos of your face that you upload, and data
I
from
knew there was
scans of
something going
facial
on, bro.
geometry. Persona also fails to tell people when verifying that third-party vendors can also have access to all of this, meaning they give it to a ton of other companies.
Yeah, see,
What's
that's
more, those
not
claims
cool.
about immediately destroying the data are really nonsense. The privacy policy indicates that they don't even get rid of it for a whole 3 years.
Like, here in the, I don't know where you are, but here in the United States, this erodes the United States Constitution. Like, it's allowing companies in or may not be in the United States to circumvent the United States Constitution and force us to give information that should not be required for us to give to a company.
So if they make you verify your age again, the timer resets. And that 3 years is only if the government doesn't explicitly
What the
tell them
fuck?
to keep it, in which case they will. So just by looking at one of these companies tells you that they can keep it for pretty much however long they want. Then there's the fact that it doesn't really matter what these companies say anyway. They routinely underinvest in cybersecurity, which leads to massive data breaches all of the time. Then
Hence the T app that just got hacked twice.
millions of people's data gets sold to the highest bidder. Literally days before this act even came into effect, the women's dating app T also had a massive data breach. The app was designed for women to gossip about men in a safe space, enforced through mandatory facial verification for users. T said in their privacy policy that they deleted all the verification images immediately.
Well, that
However,
was
when the
wrong.
breach happened, tens of thousands of these images were stolen and leaked online. And it's just been one of the many data breaches this year. You clearly can't trust these corporate contractors, especially these small shady companies which have suddenly been given a guaranteed middleman spot by this new law. So because the government
Insanity.
says so, people using the internet are now forced to give their ID to a selection of various companies who will share it with whomever they like and delete it when they feel like, if at all. In many people's opinions, it's
And the only see, out of all this, the only places I'm going to be willing to do this with is Facebook, YouTube, and potentially like Rumble. Because I think I might like try to do like, if I don't stream live on Rumble, but maybe just like see how it goes to like post stuff on Rumble like I would on Facebook or YouTube, and see how just posting videos on Rumble might do. And then maybe I won't use Rumble like for a live service. I'll just keep it as Facebook, or maybe like once I upgrade, like there's lots of upgrades I still need to do to like get to where I feel I can comfortably multi-stream, right? And until I can get to that point, then it's just better for me to just stick with Facebook right now. and then upload stuff to like to Rumble and YouTube. And like I need to start uploading stuff to DTube.
Government itself that should be under scrutiny. They're the ones who should be treated like criminals, mainly because so many of them are actually criminals. There's been far too many scandals to count recently with Parliament. You've got the fraudulent PPE contracts, the expenses scandal, the breakdown of the
When are we gonna get the Epstein file list?
S&P in Scotland for financial crime, just to name a few. And so if anyone should be getting monitored and surveilled, it's the people who wrote this law in the first place. Although we've just shown what almost everyone already knew about this, that this part of the Online Safety Act is useless because of VPNs. It's malicious because of the potential for data breaches, and hypocritical because of who it targets. And they already knew this before they passed it. It's just too obvious.
Right, so like I'm thinking like everyone needs to band together quickly probably and attempt to abolish this, right? Like appeal this. This needs to be appealed. And like it needs to be appealed in the UK first. Like it has to be appealed there because it started there. If it can get appealed there, then it won't spread to everywhere. It will get shut down before it even really gets a chance to take off. The UK got to do it though. The UK people, and I guess the surrounding places in the UK, you all got to rise up and be like, UK, you can't do this. This is egregious.
So what's the real reason behind all of this? Well, a key aim of the Online Safety Act seems to be to control what adults view on the internet, based on their understandable hesitation to give away their picture and ID. You can draw this conclusion from what they've been using it to block. Lots of subreddits surrounding adult content were blocked by the act, of course, but lots of other ones were also caught in the crossfire. The Stop Smoking and Stop Drinking subreddits have been reported as being blocked to some users. And you think the UK government...
I'm going to get into Reddit maybe. I don't know if I want to because all I've heard about Reddit is horrible. And so I don't even know if I want to go down that rabbit hole, but I might.
would want kids to have access to those...
I do have a Reddit. I just don't use it a lot, like, at all.
Resources, especially considering they let the vape companies get them all addicted years ago. Other potentially sensitive content is now being gated off. People have reported that X is blocking footage from immigration protests in the UK. A speech from a member of parliament was also blocked.
I thought Twitter was the land of free speech. I guess not. Another thing that people think that they're free to do and they're really not. There's like all this is happening all over the world right now. You think you're free to speak, but we're not as free to speak as we think we are. Like, I know if like a cop rolls up on me, I can free speakly and he can't do shit, bro. Or I'll sue the fucking police station and then I won't have to work anymore because I'll put that all into Bitcoin and become very rich.
It was about the horrific grooming gang scandal that's been rocking the UK recently. This is a clear example of harm being done to minors, yet the government chose to block people from discussing it. It's also been reported that posts about Gaza and Ukraine have been blocked as well.
Wild.
The danger lies in this escalating out of control. You give the government an inch and they'll take a mile, as we saw during COVID.
Or 1,000.
And this law sets the precedent of handing over the power of censorship to algorithms. Algorithms and AI built and designed to follow broad guidelines dictated by the people in power. This is so dystopian, and yet nobody realizes the true extent of how bad the situation really
I do. I'm attempting to help you tell the people. I'm spreading the word.
is, as it matches up with other UK laws and measures designed to restrict people's freedoms. The UK and Apple have been in a massive battle for years over privacy. The UK is demanding that Apple let them have a backdoor into people's messages and private information. This backdoor doesn't even exist, and yet the UK is insisting that Apple break their promises and have it installed. Meanwhile, they've done the same for WhatsApp's end-to-end encryption as well, despite the fact that nobody can read those messages, not even WhatsApp, allegedly. Now, lots of tech companies may follow suit in pushing the UK on this one. At least you'd hope so. As I mean, when you've got Meta of all companies fighting for data protection against your own government, you know you're cooked. The measures are likely to play right into the hands of populists like Nigel Farage, and it could very likely win in the next.
I ain't gonna lie either, bro. The real sad truth is like I would say here in the United States, half the population that's an adult cannot comprehend what is being said in this video. Like they wouldn't even this video wouldn't even pop up on their feeds, bro.
Next election. As it's such a terrible, awful look for Labour and Starmer to force this through, despite the immense backlash. All Labour have done is dig the hole further and further, with how deeply the public no longer trust the government of England anymore. It's so bad that members of Parliament now label those who don't agree with this bill as siding with predators by opposing the Online Safety Act, calling people Jimmy Savile supporters.
Verifying your age keeps a child safe, keeps children safe in our...
Look how they play. Look how these like sinister little motherfuckers, they placate to your emotions. right? Like they attempt to get at you through your emotions, and so that way they're using your emotions against your logic. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the manipulation here, people?
Our country. And I say to people like Nigel Farage, who want to turn the clock back and wants to just overturn these regulations,
right?
Every time he does this and says it, he makes children more exposed.
No, he doesn't.
More susceptible
no,
to dangerous content.
As far as I'm aware, this is what my theory is the world ran by pedophile, psychopathic, criminal sickos. So everything he just said can't even be possibly true when the people that are trying to say they're protecting people are possibly people that are also severely harming children in the worst way possible, more than anyone else could possibly be doing it. And that just being a possibility makes everything they say sound retarded.
It's a really disturbing, stupid attempt to silence criticism, which everyone can see through. And the worst part is that this isn't just the license-happy UK nanny states. This is a coordinated, choreographed effort by major Western governments to limit internet freedom. They've wanted this for years, and it's finally coming to fruition. Just take a look at some of the other measures they're drafting across the democratic world.
Yeah, I think the United States has been working on digital ID for at least, I would say, 6 to 8 years now, easily, or more.
In the European Union, under Denmark's 2025 presidency, they revived the chat control legislation, which aims to mandate client-side scanning of all private messages, even on encrypted platforms like WhatsApp and Signal, all to ostensibly detect CSAM. But what this is really doing is effectively ending end-to-end encryption and opening the door to mass surveillance and systemic security vulnerabilities, which is all part of their wider Protect EU initiative, which seeks to enable lawful decryption of private communications by 2030. Then we have Australia, arguably the most aggressive Western country when it...
And you gotta think, you gotta comprehend, who is electing these people, bro? You know what I'm saying? Who's electing these people that were like, yeah, bro, go ahead. Look at everything we're doing all the time we're doing it, anytime we're doing anything we're doing. Go ahead, it's all good.
Comes to taking away internet freedom, as their e-safety commissioner has sweeping powers to now demand content takedowns within 24 hours, including posts on private messaging apps, and non-compliance of this can lead to millions in fines. As Australia has criminalized end-to-end encryption resistance, under the Total Act, the government can legally force tech companies to build backdoors into encrypted apps like WhatsApp and Signal, and gag orders prevent them from telling the public. And they too are also pushing for facial recognition technology to enforce age verification. Also that they can ensure who uses social media and who doesn't. Even going as far to apparently ban kids from social media. In the US, we have the Kids Online Safety.
Well, in all honesty, here's my full concept of children is I think children should not even be allowed to be in front of a screen for at bare minimum the first 5 years of their life. Okay? You should not allow a child to watch a TV, a phone, nothing, bro. Nothing. Don't even let them see a screen until at least the age of 5. I'm telling you, bro. You will be a great child. You will be a great parent if you are able to somehow. I comprehend how hard it would be to keep the child away from seeing any screen in the world we live in. I'm just saying. You even have a 10% chance of doing that, you do that.
Which gives the government and state attorneys general power to control online content that could be deemed harmful to minors. But like all of these governments, the language is fake. It's clearly just a front to control and regulate more of the internet. And the US is even trying to push through the Screen Act, requiring...
See, this is the wonderful thing I know about everything I talked about, is none of this matters. See, they can do all this stuff, and it's not going to be able to restrict what I'm telling you about duality and language manipulation.
Comprehensive age verification for all users on the internet, potentially ending anonymous browsing in the US as a whole. It's clear governments around the world are suddenly in unison, quietly and rapidly coordinating to take...
Suddenly in unison? What are you talking about? They've always been in unison. It just looks like they're not in unison because they are controlling chaos.
Unprecedented control of the internet under the guise of just protecting the children. It's like the Simpsons meme of saving the children. Ireland is now proposing a law that will allow the government to scan your private messages directly on your phone before you even send them. not by breaking encryption, but by implementing client-side scanning, which means the government could get access to your messages before they're encrypted straight from your device. And the UK is already a step ahead on that. In the Online Safety Act, they give Ofcom the power to mandate the same kind of invasive surveillance, scanning your messages before they even leave your phone. Something straight out of Minority Report.
Right.
This isn't hypothetical, this is now reality. We are currently witnessing a
Wild.
horrifying force to control the internet, and this should alarm everyone watching this video right now, as the internet as you know it is being taken away from you in a coordinated global government effort, and nobody voted for any of this. But if you really want to understand why they're doing this, you can have a look at this video where we predicted 2 years ago where the governments in the West would take away our freedoms online. In the video, we'll lay out exactly what you can do about all of this. So check out this video right here about 1984 now.
I think I might have watched this, not on screen, but I might have watched that. Go ahead and check out Moon, like, subscribe to him, and I'm out of here.